Yo, what's going on, people? We're back again, bruv. What you saying that?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. What are you saying?
You know how it is, bro. You know how it is. We're here. We got everyone in the comment section as well, boy. You lot got in here early. You lot got in here early, boy.
A little bit delayed still, but only a little bit, a few minutes.
Yeah, man, I was on the phone to the BBC, man. I'm gonna be on a show. I'm gonna be on a show on Sunday, bro. So they were calling me, asking me two things. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man's about, man. But football.
What a week! What a week!
It's been a mad week. It's been a very mad week, bro. I can't lie. Like, obviously, there's a lot going on, bro. It's hard. It's hard not to not to see it, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? You know, when you want to try, you want to stay on social media to be informed, yeah. And then, oi, big up Flex, blood. Oi, man, like Flex. What you saying, fam?
Flex. What are you saying?
Yo, man. Yeah. You want to be on social media to stay informed, but then, bro, you know, you just want some rest, fam. You know, like that, bro. It's like, it's tiring, bro. Like, it's proper tiring. And then this morning, yeah, they've magicked the Madeleine McCann shit out the woodwork again, bro, just to kind of take everyone's mind off. And
that Madeleine McCann story comes back every couple of years.
Right on time, bro. You know, like that, right on time, bro. They should ask Anonymous to find her. You know them.
It's almost like, because you know what? It's mad. It's funny you were saying that, because a few days ago someone said to me, you know what's mad? I ain't heard nothing about COVID for the last couple of days. That even this whole movement that's happening at the moment, like, brushed even COVID to one side. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like they need to think, oh, what can they put together now that is gonna put the hearts and the minds on something different that is not Black Lives Matter. Do you know what I mean? So
they're like, oh, Madeleine McCann instead. That nah, that's not it, guys. That's not it. Do you know what I mean? I think the most passionate and the most empathetic Brit, yeah, as past Kieran right now, bruv. Like, because it's like, bruv, it's been so long.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not even the caring side. It's just the fact that something, I don't know, man. I don't even want to go into it, but the parents, yeah,
no, just forget that a minute, because listen, yeah, they should be a joke.
The parents are just the pictures, yeah, when they take, they're just a bit funny. They're a bit weird. You know what I mean?
In jail, innit? But it's kind of like, we're at the point now where we've been hearing this story for so long, and they're still looking, yeah. But then there was a woman the other day that died, yeah, because someone spat at her because of the COVID, and they were like, "Yeah, cool, like, investigation done." But you man are still investigating this, like.
Trust me,
I'm confused, innit? Like, I don't know what they're
because they're saying she might still be alive, innit?
Bro,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You would have a driver's license by now, blood. You know them ones there, like. I just bro, like, Akeem, I'm being honest, bro. Like, she have a driver's license by now. Like, and the thing is, she wouldn't even recognize old pictures of herself if she saw them now, because she would be at that age now.
But if she's still alive, she'll be in a basement, innit? She'll be locked. She'll be she'll be real talk. She can't be alive but still living, but not going back to her mum and dad.
Yeah, but she might not know, bruv, that she was ever abducted if she was in it. She might just think, imagine if another family.
Someone just, what, you think she had some sort of Men in Black thing?
No, but.
Zaps her mind away.
She was young, though.
I don't know, man.
She was young. They could easily be like, right, like, I'm your parents. She don't even have to say you're adopted and that. You know, just be like, right, just raise them as her own and that, and she's growing up having a normal life. She might be having
under a different name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bruv, I swear down, it could be that, but bruv, all I know is, yeah, it's not front page news, innit? No, not with everything that's been going on, yeah, in the UK, yeah. This is not front page news, innit, bruv? It's a little diversion, innit? The media doing very well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
but they're smart because, like you said, they know that is close to the British people's hearts, isn't it? Everyone. I don't know why. Again, I know some people have even said there's been a lot of children that have gone missing, but that one in particular is the one that has just captured people's hearts, in it. So obviously, that's the one that's being spoken about the most.
It's because of what she looks like, innit? It's like it's the middle class white family. Do you know what I mean? It's just It's all about the romance, isn't it, bro? Like, make no mistake about it. This country is more right wing than like Louis Figo, blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear to God. Like, Boris is like the most racist, like politician that we have, other than Nigel Farage, and he won by a landslide. So when British people are pretending that this country ain't super racist, bro, I don't get it. Like, you've got the most super racist prime minister in the history of prime ministers, bro. I think the only prime minister that was more racist than him was probably Winston Churchill or something. Like,
and I keep saying, people keep sending messages or posting tweets or comments saying, why is the UK trying to beg it? Like, why are you trying to get involved in a US problem? Do you know what I'm saying? And what people don't understand, look, okay, maybe the UK is close. Black people in the UK find themselves close to black people in the US, maybe because of culture, music, we're similar to them in different ways. I don't know. But however, even if you take that away, what people don't understand is Britain, like you said, is just as racist. In fact, probably based on proportion, because Britain is like 5 times smaller than the US. I wouldn't be surprised if there's probably a just as much of a proportion in the UK that is racist anyway towards black people, but it's more subtle. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's more because we're only 4% here. Americans are 20%.
Exactly, and in the UK, it's more subtle. They're not the US. They're more direct. Do you know what I'm saying? They're more in your face, and they'll just call you like an effing whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll just say it to you. Whereas the UK is more subtle, and what people don't understand is it's not just in your face when you're trying to get on a bus or when you're trying to buy a sweet from the shop. It's institutional. It's when you're trying to get that promotion. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad, bro. I was talking on a podcast a couple of days ago, and I was saying, bro, I know this is not even what we're going into, but for what it's worth, for anyone watching and who doesn't understand what a black person goes through and a black man goes through in the UK, bro, you can't even go on the phone, and stand next to a car without double thinking, do you know what? Someone might think that I'm trying to rob this car. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the maddest thing. You can't even stand next to a car or in anything of value and just be on the phone without thinking, you know what? Let me make sure I'm not looking like I'm trying to rob this.
Hey, bro, how many times have you walked into a shop, and then they don't have what you want and you want to walk out, but I'm thinking, I'm like, man, need to show them my hands in it so they know I ain't stolen nothing. You know?
Sometimes I even want to walk out the shop slowly. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you walk too fast, it makes you look like you definitely wrong something.
Hey, fam, it's mad, Like, oh shit, bro, this is the fucking real blood. You know what I'm saying? So when man are just like, like America's more or less rich, bruv. America wouldn't exist if it wasn't for this country, bruv.
Real.
Like, man don't understand where America came from. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why they speak English, bro. You know, like that. America is just a mutant steroid version of this country. Straight. That's all it is. It's just this country on steroids, bruv. That's all it is. And they got guns and we don't. And that's the only difference. That's the only difference, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. So when people think there's any difference, bro, you have to realize that when we see stuff happen to them, it resonates with us because that's what we have to live with all the time, bro. And I mean, and there's different degrees of it. Like, we're even seeing now, like, for instance, look at the Ozil thing with Adidas, Don't think that that's not because of racism, because it is, bro.
So for anyone who didn't know, what's happened in the last couple of days is Ozil has come out. Well, he didn't even come out. The news just reported it. Obviously, the Daily
dropped by Mercedes and Adidas, bro.
Yeah, exactly. He got dropped by Mercedes and Adidas, which is two German big companies. But he's trying to. People are speculating, and people are basically arguing: did he get dropped because he's been playing badly, or did he get dropped because of all the controversial stuff he's been saying over the last couple of years? Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. Look, the end of the day, it's purely because of what he's been saying in the past, innit? I don't want to hear anything about form, because one of the things about footballers and contracts, is they still back footballers if you've got prestige. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about brands don't stop supporting a player if they're out of form, even for years. Do you know how many big Nike and Adidas athletes are way past their peak, haven't banged for years, but they still have the big contracts. It's got nothing to do with form. But if you've got the prestige and you're still a major star, which Ozil is, you're keeping him contracts, innit? You're keeping him contracts. So it's not about form. Trust me. Like, and I'm saying that as a Man United fan who's never been a fan of Ozil on the pitch as much as other people have. But you know what? In the last couple of years, I've respected him off the pitch more than pretty much any other baller. Because with him, you could tell it's authentic, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? I know this is something we're going to be talking about today anyway, with a lot of inauthentic messages, tweets, and all that rubbish, like seeing Bonucci and John Terry posting racism, stop racism. Shut up.
Suarez.
Bro, Bonucci, Suarez, and John Terry. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucked, isn't it? You know when you actually think about it? Yeah, I mean, it's actually fucked. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I look at this Ozil situation, as you said, his name still holds prestige, bro. Do you know what I mean? You can't tell me that his public disputes with like Tony Cruz and that, where Tony Cruz is basically bullshitting Ozil's racism claims and that, bro. Germany being racist, do you know what I mean? The one thing I'll give the Germans as a whole, over like the Brits is that they've owned their racism, and they've owned their failures and stuff, like, as a nation. Britain haven't done that, innit? Britain still deny all the madness that they've done. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas at least the Germans have kind of held their hands up and said, you know what, we fucked up. Do you know, they're trying to be better people as a nation, and on the whole they are, but they're still racist, innit? Like, because all these European countries are, to a certain degree, like, do you know what I mean? It's a structure that can't be just undone by one nation. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're still racist, innit? But for a man to say to Ozil that it's not racism when it clearly is, bro, that's a mad thing. So obviously he had the fallout with Tony Cruz, stopped playing for Germany. You know what I'm saying? Them man are kind of telling him, well, fuck off back to Turkey kind of thing. And also he's quite close with, I think, is it the Prime Minister of Turkey?
I think it's the Deputy Prime Minister or the Prime Minister, one of them.
Yeah, so he gets that racism there. And then obviously he gets dropped by 2 German brands, and he's no longer playing for the national team, but man reckon it's to do with form now. Like, really deal, he might still have it, and he's been past his best for a long time, bro. When you've got certain prestige, you keep all your endorsements, bro. They don't just get let go of man because he hasn't played well for a few years. That's a myth in football, bro. Footballers, brands hold their value longer than footballers' careers do.
100%.
Beckham was playing in the fucking MLS, bro.
I was just about to say Beckham. Man like Beckham and Zlatan, you think they're losing deals?
Man was playing in the MLS, bro, and he got called back up to the England squad, because his brand was so big, they couldn't even fucking legislate him not playing. Yeah. You see what I mean? So man, don't tell me about form and nah. You know what I mean? Your name holds weight in the game of football until you retire. And Ozil got dropped purely because he stands for something, innit? And because he's Muslim as well, bro.
And you know what? You know something about Tony Cruz thing, And it's the same with, obviously, an American footballer called Drew Brees that came out in the last couple of days talking about the flag.
He apologized today as well.
Yeah. One of the things with these people is, and it's the same with the Black Lives Matter thing, if you don't understand, that is better either to not talk or keep your opinions to yourself, innit? Because I feel like this is also the problem with All Lives Matter. No, All Lives Matter. Do you know what I'm saying? It's that Tony Cruz doesn't seem to understand why Ozil says and does the things he does, because he's a white European. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's gone through a completely different path in life to Ozil, for example. Do you understand what I'm saying? Completely different path in life. Drew Brees is trying to compare himself to Colin Kaepernick or some of these other players. He's a Captain America, like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Drew Brees is an American standing white American middle class man. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's come from a middle class family. He hasn't had to deal with a struggle, so he can't comment on it. Do you know what I'm saying? I won't start commenting on women's rights for 5 hours or start coming out with controversy because I'm not a woman. Do you understand what I mean? So I can give an opinion, but I'm not going to start saying I don't understand why women march for this, blah, blah, blah. I can't say that because I'm not a woman.
I don't even want to give an opinion because I feel like it's in my face.
100%. So what you should say, and if he wanted to edit it, which he obviously has apologized just because of the the
backlash you got from everyone.
The only reason, exactly. That's another story, bro. Sometimes with some of these tweeters, yeah, some of these influencers, some of these celebrities, some of these athletes, take what they first say as gospel, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because the blowback and the apologies and stuff, or oh, I didn't mean to say it like that, is just because they don't want the hate. That's it. Yeah. He said what he said. I'm not even angry about him. I'm not even angry that he said it. And I'm not angry about Tony Cruz either. But it confirms they just don't get it. They don't get it.
The Bonucci thing was the most, I think that's the most astonishing thing I've seen in the history of racism in football, blood.
What, you mean what he said with no to racism?
Bruv, Moise Kean, yeah, got racially abused. And then Bonucci said that he brought it on himself, blood.
All right, hey, so John, let me ask you a question. Who do you think is the worst out of Suarez, Terry, and Bonucci in terms of racism?
Bro,
who's done it dirty the most?
I think the worst one, yeah, is I think that I don't know. You know what it is, yeah? It's hard. You know why it's hard? Because Luis Suarez is just Luis Suarez. We know he done it, innit? He's a scumbag. You know what I mean? And even though he denied it, yeah, you know he did it, innit? And then you look at John Terry, he definitely done it. Man got the lip readers out, everything, yeah? But then he just hasn't spoken on it since. So he's kind of just, I'm just not chatting about it. You know, like that. So he's kind of just whatever did, yeah? But man, no, John Terry's a nasty piece of work. But then you got Bonucci, bruv. My man's come out and said, bruv, it's your fault. You wound them up, blood. Man, blaming the black person. I think that's worse than anything.
Yeah.
I think blaming the black person for receiving racial abuse is worse.
To say that with your chest. To say that with your chest as well.
Bro! Do you know what I'm saying? Would you say that to any other people? And that's why I say black people are the most disrespected people on the planet, bro. Because imagine if, like, a Jewish person was racially abused, yeah? You could never say to them with your chest, bruv, that, you know what, you asked for it, bruv. Like, you would never.
And what even happened to him after that? Well, he got a ban. He didn't even get a ban. So he just got a fine. He got a club fine or something. That's it. And he apologized for saying it. I can't even remember with Bonucci.
He didn't even get a ban or fine for that, bro.
When it comes to if you said that to a Jewish person, yeah, you'll get written off. That's it. So yeah, it's a respect thing. You're 100% right. And end of the day,
bro, what Bonucci done was mad, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, fam. Like, think about it. He was getting monkey chance all through the game. Then he scored. He got even more monkey chance, and then man said, it's your fault. You provoked them, bruv. What? Like, come on. Luis Suarez lied, innit? Out of embarrassment. So that means he knows he fucked up. John Terry just didn't comment it because he knew he fucked up. Bonucci said it with his whole chest, blood, that you know what, bruv? You made them do it. Allow it, fam. Man can't respect that. And the man's coming out with no to racism, bruv. Someone should have stamped him out.
Yeah.
You know, like that. People like him, wow.
But you know what? That's where, but you know, that's the problem, innit? And it's like, but all of these man, they post it, they make sure they turn off their commenting. Do you know what I'm saying? They know they're gonna get the backlash, innit? But they just do that to make sure they show a bit of solidarity.
As man said, captain of the club, you know?
Yeah.
Captain of the club, bro.
Captain of the club. Like I said, bro, it's not like these men are like 18 years old or 19 years old, so you can blame immaturity. Bro, they're the captain of the club, and they're saying that.
And the thing is, yeah, the worst thing about it is, yeah, your captain of your club is meant to be the guy that you can rely on, the guy that you go to, like, that you can confide in. He should have been the one protecting him, bruv. And he's a kid at the time as well. He's a teenager. And you said to the youth...
But you know what? And I feel like the issue is, though, is that these things are forgotten only until these problems come up again. That's the sad part, because the reality is this Bonucci thing. Bonucci probably was sitting there, same with Terry and same with Suarez, probably thinking, besides Evra shouting his mouth off every now and again, people forget about what Suarez done. Do you know what I'm saying? People forget what John Terry done unless Rio or someone brings it up now and again, or people definitely forget what Bonucci done. But the problem is that it's almost like racism, this is why I don't get it, innit? When all of these dumb football adverts come out and say no to racism, we stand together, and all of these stupid kneeling in the training ground nonsense, this bollocks, yeah. When that happens, yeah, what makes me annoyed by it is the fact that it's not a stamp out from the football game. So let's stop lying, because if it's a stamp out of the football game, Bonucci and anyone who does these racist actions, because let's not forget, there's been 2 or 3 other situations in European football this season as well, in lesser teams that's happened across Europe. When that happens, yeah, you got to stamp this guy out completely, like fully cancel him. So Bonucci should either get removed as captain, he should go to the reserves for a period of time. When he even has a 10 out of 10 game, or even if he wins the Champions League with Juve, you don't post him in the media. He's not posted. His pictures are not even in the media. You post other Juventus players. You don't even mention his name. That's how you probably stamp racism out of football. But no one cares about that. Do you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Bonucci having a great game against Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, he's still going to get spoken about. People are still going to post him. Same with Suarez. Suarez is still spoken about. Oh, one of the greatest Premier League strikers ever. So he's still in the press. Do you know what I'm saying? And we even as people need to remove these guys even out of vocabulary, even out of talking about. Bro, why is it okay? And I'm not even trying to compare what Suarez and Bonucci done in comparison to R. Kelly, for example. But why is it okay that people say we don't mention that guy's name? Let's not talk, we're not even talking about him. He's removed from Spotify. He's eradicated from Apple Music. You can't, bro. You need to torrent to get his music more times. Yeah, bro. Bill Cosby, same thing. You can't find any of his Bill Cosby shows on any of these platforms. So it's okay for that to happen. That means the film and the media industry have dealt with that well. But in the football industry, what are we doing? We're still swimming around and high-fiving these, man.
Yeah, but that's because racism ain't seen as that bad, innit? In any industry, blood, because these people don't care, bro. That's what you got to understand. These men don't care, bro. But like, what's the fine? What's the fine for racially abusing someone? A few grand and that. And the man are back at it.
That's it. 10 grand fine in that. Yeah.
Bro, I think, what was it? They fined the nation, yeah, the equivalent to like less than a week's wages of a player or something like that for their fans. I can't remember what country it was. Do you know what I'm saying? If they fucking ban them, yeah, from a European Championship, that would send a big fucking message. Do you know what I'm saying? But them man ain't trying to do these things, so it's not really important to them. So all these token things like Chelsea coming out, fuck off. Liverpool coming out, you can fuck off as well. Do you know what I'm saying? This man printing
wearing the Suarez shirt.
And then all of a sudden, them man are doing up fucking on one knee and that, bruv. Fuck off. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when he's posting these pictures, fuck off. Everyone in that photo can fuck off. Do you know what I mean? And including the club as well, they can fuck off. Like, even United as well, bruv. Like, all of them, bruv, they can all fuck off, because there's been lots of instances, yeah, where things have happened with our fan base, yeah, and our clubs ain't said nothing, bro.
100%.
You know what I mean? Our club, yeah, our club's fans have been done as the most racist in the country, bro. Manchester United. They've had the most arrests for racially aggravated fucking assault and all these other things. The club have never come out once and fucking made a statement about that.
And by the way, on that note, do you know what I'm saying? Even on United Stand, on U-Man's channel, look at all the races, look at the indirect racism that's been going on. It's happened on Cheeky Sport as well. We've even shown proof of that. We're putting out videos of this sort of racism. But it may not be obvious, but you can see it. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reality is, with the problem is, yeah, and me and Rants know, because we've been on some of these production sets, innit, of the way that they put together these pictures and these videos. They spin it, do you know what I'm saying, to make it look good. Bro, I was sitting there when I saw the Liverpool one where they were all sat in like a shape of an H or whatever. And I was just thinking, bro, you man don't know how long that probably took to do. They were like, all right, all of you standing, sit down like this, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? They would have all planned this for about 2 hours. They would have zoomed out the photo, done a nice zoom drone shot. You know what I'm saying? High-fived each other in the marketing meeting afterwards. Bro, this is a marketing spin. That's it. You think any of those players came in and said, yeah, I want to all take a knee? No. Maybe one or two of them at most. It wasn't even their decision. The marketing director came out and would say, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, none of these And then the thing is, yeah, when Raheem Sterling was getting all this racial abuse from the media, yeah, Man City never came out once to defend him, did they?
No, of course, because then he's polarized, isn't it? You can't do that.
None of these football clubs don't care about racism, bruv. None of them, including Manchester United, bruv. When Paul Pogba was getting unfairly targeted by the media, Manchester United don't say, come out, leave our player alone. We know why you're doing what you're doing. They don't, because they don't care, bruv.
Until it's cool, because now it's cool. So if it happens now, while it's BLM, then they'll come out.
But that's cool. At the end of the day, if you weren't talking about it before everyone else was talking about it, I don't rate you. So all of these men coming out, don't rate you. All these football clubs, I don't rate you, including Manchester United, bro. Like, I know for a fact here that Peter Schmeichel racially abused Uncle Ian, bruv. Man like Ian Wright, he did. I know for a fact he did. And Sir Alex Ferguson accused man of playing the race card, bruv. Big Sir Alex Ferguson, bruv. Do you know what I mean? The great. Do you know what I mean? I know for a fact this happened. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyone can do it. That man have been.
Let's be real. Let's be real about it. That's one of the saddest parts about football, the sport that we love more than any other sport. Like that at the fan level, at player level, at club level, at board level, even all the way up to FIFA, the directors of FIFA. It is racist at every single level. Trust me, racist at every single level. Yeah. That is just the way football is. It's a sad point because there's so many black players that obviously are not only good at the sport, but are leading the sport. Do you know what I'm saying? But the reality is institutionally racist at the core. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? The only difference is the only part of it that you will get an opportunity at is obviously they won't look at you twice if you're black or white and if you're a good player, 100%. But when it comes to management, we've been talking about this for years. Do you know what I'm saying? There's like 3 black managers in the 92 clubs in the Football League. Do you know what I mean? And this is a problem that's always going to be the case. And that's why no one should be shocked. And I don't want to hear anyone saying that, oh, my club is not racist. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or I don't have a racist. At least my club is not racist. I ain't got racist club fans. Look, I've been to almost every stadium in the league. I can tell you lot now, there are racist fans at every club in the Premier League. Some more than others, 100%. Yeah.
Racism is one of the main reasons I don't like going to football games. One of the main reasons, because as a black man, you're going to be a super minority anyway. If there's a black man here in a 76,000 seater stadium at Old Trafford, then you've done all right.
100%. And don't get twisted. Yeah. You lot, I don't know if many people watching have been to a lot of games. If you go to the games and you're definitely in the home end, yeah, or the away end, it don't even make a difference, yeah, and your team's getting peppered, bro, you see the stuff that they shout out. Like, trust me, they say Martial. You know what I'm saying? It's not soft. You know what I'm saying? But you'll hear it now and again.
I've sat next to white United fans racially abusing Pogba, Martial, whatever, and then see me and flex and be like, bruv, I've seen it, bruv. Fans.
Trust me. And then you get the ignorance. Do you know what I'm saying? I remember one time one of the games I was at the end of last year, like around when Pogba was getting peppered, and I remember people just saying, someone shouting and then saying, oh, you're whack, you're shit, blah blah blah, saying, oh, stop spending your time in the hair salon, and you might, do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, all you do is you just kept talking about the hair salon. Man must have mentioned hair salon about 5 times in 10 minutes. And I'm thinking, bro, the amount of white footballers that change their hair every couple of weeks or every couple of months, and you don't talk about hair salon at all.
David Beckham is changing his hairstyle every game, fam.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I had a hair gel fucking contract.
Yeah, Brian Cream and that.
No one cared. You know, like that. You know what I'm saying? As my man said, football fans reflect society. Society's racist, didn't it? Like, let's not pretend, didn't it? I used to do politics, yeah? And I left politics, yeah, because 1, I didn't really enjoy it that much, yeah? And 2, it was a hella racist. The amount of racial abuse I was getting, and then I moved over to football. I'm still getting the same, because it's the same people, blood. You know, like, it's the same people. The same man that are voting, and the same man going to football games. It's the same people, blood.
Same people. But what can be done, then? What can be done?
Bro, listen. You know what's mad here? Black people always think that they can be the change, innit? We can't, bro. I peaked it. Like, think about it this way, yeah? Akeem, if you're just being yourself and I hate you, yeah? Who's got the problem, me or you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got the problem, innit?
But there you go. So only I can change that. You can't change how I feel about you, bruv. If I don't like you, bruv, because you ain't done anything. If I just like you because you're black, I'm the one with the problem, not you.
But then don't you think the sad thing is though, like, and one of the things that I've even learned from this last week, especially if you're on social media, especially if you're on Twitter, yeah, because Twitter is the place where it's unseasoned. Do you know what I'm saying? It's unseasoned views, isn't it? People usually give what they think at the time. They type what they think at the time, which is why there's no edit button in Twitter, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Instagram, people think about it more. Do you know what I'm saying? The way they lay out everything. Bro, you see the racism. At this point, this is the one point where you feel even racist people would feel a little bit of consciousness and be like, you know what? That was wrong. Or they wouldn't post. Bro,
they could be like Benucci and be like,
bro, even the COVID thing that came out the other day about black people being susceptible, being highest at risk. The first comment underneath the BBC article was, "Oh, this proves white people are stronger." I knew it. Bro, that's what someone actually said. It was like, this proves white people are stronger as humans. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like, people are so ignorant, yeah? It's like, you're not going to be able to turn these lifelong white people that hate black people suddenly into black-loving people. It's not going to happen. Bro, we can do all the speeches we want in the world, protests. These men are not going to change like that.
They don't want to change, blood. Like, yeah. For someone to change, you have to be open to the possibility that there might be something out there. You know, these men are not even trying to hear it. You see when Laura Woods done her thing the other day on TalkSport, and all these white guys were like, fuck this ain't a politics channel. You know, it's fucking football. Let's talk about football. You know what I mean? Man don't care.
That's it.
Honestly, if they don't change their mentality, there's nothing man can do, you know. There's nothing.
Nothing.
It's for them to change. That's what it is, though. Do you know, if man are being 100% real, bro, they're like, fuck this.
How are you gonna change someone who is
that doesn't want to be changed?
Yeah.
You can't. That's the answer. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the real answer. You can't try and change a man that don't want to be changed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they say, what is it that you can fucking... What's that saying, bro? There's like, you can walk the fucking horse to the river and that, but you can't make it drink or some shit.
Yeah.
What you can do, black. You can bring it there, but if you don't want to taste the water, it's not drinking, fam. You can put all the evidence in front of these men that you want.
Bro, you know the problem. You know the problem is that it's like, look, I don't know if you, man, for anyone watching, I don't know if you have Rants watched that. Was it Ace on One Extra talking to you seen it, yeah? Where he was talking to a white lady on the as a video for like 2 minutes. She called in and she was saying about how she doesn't understand why, but she's scared when she comes across a black person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen it. And it's like, bro, these people are so deep ingrained. Bro, she's probably in her 30s, if not older. And she's been like that her whole life. And she doesn't even realize she's been like that. Bro, look at the amount of racist points that's happened to lead to this moment just for you to even think and realize consciously that you're racist.
Yeah, it's brilliant marketing, isn't it? Because white people have literally colonized the whole planet, yeah, but everyone's scared of us. You know, fucking brilliant PR, bro. I tell you that.
Bro, do you know what? And this leads to, I know we're going to go back into football in a second, but just, bro, this is where my view, of things that can be done, is, you know, the maddest thing I must have seen on the timeline. Sometimes I swear Twitter just wants to piss you off, innit? So sometimes, every now and again, you'll load up Twitter and you'll just see a racist comment in it or some dumb sort of comment. And for some reason, Nigel Farage was on my timeline, innit? Yeah, and he said we must stop China becoming the superpower. They must be stopped because they can't be controlled if they're number one. And then someone even replied underneath is, what? Like how the US are. Do you know what I'm saying? And
what the Chinese are doing now what the white people were doing before. It's the exact same.
100%. And the thing is, the China does not need to rely on production from the US. They don't need to rely on the US dollar. They don't need to rely on the economy in Europe. They don't need to rely on anything but themselves. They got their own food production, industrial services, their own language, their own stock exchange. I know everyone's got their own stock exchange, but they don't care about the dollar. It doesn't matter if the dollar falls or whatever. Yeah, these are things that if black people had, they wouldn't need to rely on anyone. But the reality is, bro,
in Africa, and then they kill the leaders.
Oh, 100%. But here's the reality of it. This is the sad reality of it. We, just like in our own personal lives, yeah, if we don't have financial freedom ourselves, we will always, at some point, rely on X number of people or bosses to or client or customers, however you want to word it, to pay. Do you know what I'm saying? Until you get to a point where you don't care if everyone says no to you. You've got money in it. Yeah. The same goes for culture and black people as a whole, bro. The reality is the people who make the decisions in the markets where we all care about and live off as black people are all owned by people who don't like you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And unless you go back to Africa where people do care, or Caribbean where people do care about you 100%, you're always going to be I don't want to say slave, but you're always going to be worrying if Donald Trump says this or that. You're not in control. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not in control of what they're saying unless you remove them. You either have to remove them or do something else. That's it.
Big up everyone that's watching as well. Make sure you smash that like button, bro. That's what I mean. It's deep. It's deeply rooted. There's so many different ways. Like this guy said, Pogba lacks determination. That's a lie. You know them ones there.
What determination does he lack?
When man say that Pogba's lazy, that's a lie because we've seen the stats and he runs further than anyone else in the whole team. That's a lie. All of these things about Pogba is a lie. And it's deeply rooted in racism, bro. It's a lie, bro. It's a lie. It's all lies, bro. Man said that he lacks determination. The same bro that had a fucking injury and was training in a cast the same day. That guy.
But this is where sometimes you need to ask, where did these men get that opinion from? To even say that.
Right, wing media, bro. That's where they get it from. I'm tired, bro. Them man are liars. You see what I'm saying? You saw the other day, Roddy Yeager came out saying that he used to see Steven Gerrard drunk, yeah, with his like dancing on tables in clubs, and Wayne Rooney smoking bare cigarettes, drunk and that. Paul Pogba don't drink, don't do none of those things. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's all right for them, man, to do that, yeah, but Paul Pogba can't fucking dance at a wedding, bro. You see what I mean? Sober.
Can't dance at a wedding at all. Can't do anything that is remotely not. Bro, even if man just does a video of him in the house, people are just messaging like, you should be training. You know what I'm saying? Just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. It's mad. But, you know, the Pogba thing, bro, sometimes you just got to call it for what it is, innit? Like, I remember on our page a couple of weeks ago, we must have posted like the top 10 ballers in the country or something in the Premier League, and Paul Pogba was even number 5, yeah, which I didn't even slap up. He should be a lot higher, obviously, yeah. People were like, why is Pogba there? Pogba's not even top 30. That's what they're saying. And then people were saying, look at him as ability. They were like, forget about ability, his attitude and his determination and all this rubbish, like what was being said. It's being said, isn't it? That's what people think.
Guys, like, he's not racist, he's black. I didn't say you're racist. I said it comes from racism. And the reason why you're believing this, bro, is because you're part of the system now, bro. Because you watch the same white media, you read the same white media newspapers, and they've got you, bro. They've got you. You've been sucked in, bro. That's all that's happened. You believe it.
I don't get twisted. I get it. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of black people, yeah, that actually get affected by the same shit, bro. There's black people that walk down the street, see another black person, and they're scared of them too, bro. Because the media's told you, yeah, that you should be scared of black people. So now you got black people scared of black people, bro. When I see a group of black guys, I'm not scared of them. Right? But there's a lot of black guys that walk down the road and see a group of black guys and they're scared of them because they're influenced by the outside media, bro. There's a lot of black people that got self-hate, that lack self-worth. Like, there's a lot of them, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you've been conditioned in it. Like, you go to the same school as these men. So, of course, you're going to be conditioned to a certain point. Every black person is conditioned the same way, yeah, until you unlearn that behavior, innit? So, when you think that Pogba lacks determination, bro, there's what are you measuring it on? you can't measure it on anything because all of his actions show you that this guy trains harder than anyone else. He cares. He keeps himself in shape. Look at the shape he came back into preseason in, yeah? Bearing in mind this guy's been injured. And Kevin De Bruyne has been playing all season and came back fat.
No criticism.
Where's the criticism? No one. But I bet you if Pogba came back fat, man would have been talking. Why? Because Kevin De Bruyne is white. Harry Kane came back fat as well. Luke Shaw came back fat. Imagine if Martial came back fat. What them man would have been saying. Oh, he's had a good off season, isn't it? But these white men just coming back fat and it's all right.
Because that's the thing, though. As a footballer, and if you're black, again, especially when you're resonating and talking about fans, you got to be playing perfect. If you play anything less than a 7 out of 10, if you're playing a 6 out of 10 or less, bro, the slander's going to start heavily. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're not black, and if you're, let's say, Luke Shaw, for example, you can skate along with 5 out of 10s and 6 out of 10 performances, and most people won't criticize you. Do you know what I'm saying? They just won't criticize you. It's just the way it is. And you know what? We're so used to it now. Do you know what I'm saying? We're used to it from back in the day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is bad. It's true, though. Look, there's no lies in what man said. Jamie Jones, blood. That ain't a black name either, bro. Man like Jamie, bro. So he's telling facts, bro. Yeah. Them man Pogba, yeah, because he dyes his hair and he dances at weddings. But look what these men are doing. You see what I'm trying to say? Pogba don't drink, gives to charity, religious brother, family man, and this is what these men want to talk about. Come on, bro. Understand it, bro. So, like, when I was saying, yeah, about this racism thing, that's why I always speak up for Pogba. Do you know what I'm saying? I always speak up for Pogba and these men there because you know what? You see, when I see the racism that Paul Pogba deals with, it resonates with me, blood. It resonates with me a lot because Paul Pogba was one of the best players in the world, and them man talk about him like he's any guy, yeah, just because they can. Because they can, bro. They're always minimizing him. They're always minimizing Paul Pogba. They always want to bring him down. Always want to talk him down, even though he's one of the best players in the world, bro.
Well, I can't believe someone who's hardly played this season is still spoken about as much as he has. Like there's no other footballer in the country. There's so many other footballers to talk about. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's the factor in it. Sometimes, like my man who was talking about Paul Pogba being lacking determination. The reality is, if you watch a couple of weeks of coverage from a lot of these ex-footballers and pundits, you can easily get wrapped up in all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? You'll easily get wrapped up into thinking Pogba's like that. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at the facts and you actually watch the games, you won't say that.
Well, there you go. My man said human nature is hard to change. Human nature isn't racism, bro. Racism is a structure that's been built for hundreds of years, bro. It's not human nature, bro. Because if you put black kids, white kids, brown kids all in a nursery, they'll all play together and they won't even know that there's a difference.
100%. And you know what? Someone just made a statement saying I couldn't stop laughing when Rio called Ashley Cole chalk ice, yeah? You know what?
When I speak to Rio, I need to remember to bring that up for banter.
100%, yeah, bring that up. And you know what? Yeah? Here's another factor, yeah. These white people that are inherently racist, they don't mind these sort of black guys who are, do you know what I'm saying? One of the lads. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't mind that. Those people are not threatening to them from their perspective. Do you know what I'm saying? So they won't be racist to someone like Ashley Cole. Do you know what I'm saying? In that context, I'm not saying that Ashley Cole is a chalk ice or whatever because I don't know. Yeah, but as an example, do you know what I'm saying? They'll be nice to those sort of brothers. It's the ones that are more cultured, like Paul Pogba, for example. Easy person to cuss. Do you know what I mean?
But that's why even with people with like Rashi as well, because Rashi's mank, yeah, he don't get the shit that other man get, bro. Whereas he was born in Jamaica, innit? So because of that, it's a different thing. Like literally, Rashi, they just see Rashi. They don't see Rashi's skin color. They just see him as a mank. He's just one of theirs.
100%.
He's one of the good ones. He's one of the good blacks, isn't it?
One of the good ones, yeah. One of the good blacks, yeah.
Until he does something bad, and then it's like, fuck this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? And then he's the N word, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You smash the like button. Big up everyone there. Big up everyone in the comments. We got like 200 people watching, bro. I big up you, man. And why did the media hate successful black people? It's not just the media, though. It's not just the media. It's everyone, blood. It's everyone. Like, the system hates successful black people, which is the reason why they don't hire us, bro. Which is the reason why the higher you get up in any establishment, there's less and less black people. In America, there's no black coaches, but they've got bare black players. Most of the team are black players because they need black players to be good, but they won't make you manager. Do you understand?
The reality is they know that black people as athletes across the board in almost every sport excels, in it. They excel for many other reasons. Many, whether it's science, whether it's work ethic, I don't know. They excel, yeah. But the problem is control. This is where we always come to, yeah. It's control. A footballer, what people don't realize is when you're one footballer out of 22 players in one team, it don't matter unless you're Messi level or Ronaldo level where you do call the shots because you are the man. And there's only about 10 players in the world that have that sort of level of influence at any one time, yeah? Unless you're one of those players, you're just a cog in a barrel. You don't have control. You know what I mean? You don't have power. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's even if you're Raheem Sterling. You're just one player. You're one world-class player or top-class player in many other people's books across that where they've got like 10 to 15 top-class / world-class players. Do you know what I'm saying? So you don't have a voice to make a change. But if you're a manager or if you're any other level higher, that's a voice and that's control.
Yeah, because the manager could turn around and say, you know what, if there's any racism, my team's coming off.
Trust me. Trust me.
All of a sudden, man, I've got power, bro. And the thing is, racism, yeah, is an economic system, innit? Like, black people are the lowest economically. Not because we don't have money, because actually, when it comes to spending money and stuff like that, the black pound is very strong. Whatever black people spend money on, yeah, never goes on sale, black. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact, bro. Same with black Americans, bro. Like they said, Nelly made Air Force Ones. All of a sudden, the price of the trainer went up $20. You know what I'm saying? Because what we spend money on, bruv, it's fashionable, bruv. Our music, our culture's fashionable. Whatever black people wear is fashionable. Whatever music black people make is the number one export. Like, even in this country, we're only 4% of this country, but if you look at the pop charts, yeah, it's bare black people. And black music and black culture, I'm only 4%. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where the higher we go up, the more money we get, and the more we're economically strong and we can mobilize our people, then we can hire our own people and have our own people in positions of power to the point where we're independent and we don't need the white pound to flourish.
But then you say that, then we get the problem where, I know we're stepping out of football, but then you get the problem where people are in influential positions like Virgil Abloh, do you know what I'm saying? And then, do you know what I'm saying, he's not employing any black people. So it's almost like that happened.
Virgil wants to stay there, but he's a minority though. Do you know what I mean? But Virgil wants to stay there because, again, I was speaking to a radio presenter today, yeah, that works for one of the big radio broadcasters, and he's one of the only black guys. And he even said, yeah, that he had to leave a previous broadcaster because he was there for loads of years. They weren't offering him no progression, yeah. He's seeing people's kids come in, this, that, and the other. And he thought to himself, if I play the game, yeah, once I get in, I could make change from within. But he wasn't allowed to. He couldn't bring in friends and get friends jobs and all these other things, bro. They made him know that, bro, this is your ceiling here, innit?
That's the reality.
Yeah. So the realest thing, the only way for you to get further than that is to have your own, bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This question here, we are speaking about the Michael Jordan thing, yeah? And do you think Michael Jordan had a chance to become an activist against racism? Bro, he didn't even need to become an activist, bro. He just needed to say something, and he didn't. Even recently, Nike released a little video on Michael Jordan. They reposted it on his Instagram. He didn't even write it. And then Michael Jordan came out like 2 days later with some obscure statement that didn't mention black people in it at all. Because
he don't want to mention that.
He was talking about racism and racism, but he didn't mention blacks because he has to keep it very politically correct because he wants to sell trainers, isn't it? Michael Jordan's a sellout, bro. That's what he is. You know them ones there. Like one guy.
Like I said, this is why I don't want to. This is why you got to be very. There's a very thin line between really caring and doing something about this situation and just reposting and resharing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everyone needs to write some key monologue and post it, yeah. But yeah, by just reposting or just putting a black image up on Tuesday, all that shows is you're in solidarity that 99% of the world think anyway. Most people would post that. But that means all that black post is, that's something that's nice, and that will ensure that you still keep all your brand deals and you still keep all your fans in general. It's just saying that you don't, you're saying no to racism. If you speak out, which Michael Jordan didn't do, and he came out with a personal video about how disgusted he is, then all of a sudden he puts himself in a bracket where he's maybe against someone. And once you start doing that, he might lose followers, he might lose fans, he might sell less Jordans in the future, and he doesn't want to do that. Yeah. And he's one of many people that you got to be very wary of about their movements, because they jump on hypes when it matters. And this isn't the first time. Do you know what I'm saying? Every single time people jump on a movement, they'll post once, they'll post maybe twice max. You'll never ever hear from them talking about racism ever again. Ever again. Trust me. You will not hear from 99% of these people ever talking about racism again. Do you know what I'm saying? And that sums it up. And in that case, they shouldn't have posted in the first place. But that's social media, isn't it? You got to do it at the same time as everyone else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Comment, yeah. And you make a good point. However, yeah, what a lot of black people don't understand, yeah, is that up until very recently, black people weren't even allowed to own anything. You do know that. Like, people go on like, we've had all this time and that. Bro, up to less than 50 years ago, slavery was still legal, my G. And they just repackaged it anyway. You know what I'm saying? When black people left slavery, yeah, what they were told was, you're free now. You can work for free. We won't pay you no money, but we'll give you a roof over your head. So you can't build generational wealth, bro.
100%.
The difference between black people and everyone else is, after the Holocaust and that, reparations were paid. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
People were given a country, bruv. That's now known as Israel. They were given a country. That country wasn't called Israel before, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And that's why there's still wars over there. They were given a country. What were we given? We weren't given shit. So we had to start all the way from the beginning, not being paid any money, and then gradually getting paid less than everyone else, and stop from. So our economy is weak, bruv. So the reason why we don't own the stores that we're buying stuff from is because we haven't had money for long, 50 years.
And bro, you know what? On top of that, trust me. And on top of that, it's also a mindset thing. Like, you got to realize, from that much oppression, yeah, and that much, you know, you being almost like a second, you're in a lower society grade to everyone else, the way that the world sees you, bro. People don't just come out of slavery and suddenly have 100% confidence. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to build that up.
They weren't allowed to read, Akeem. They weren't allowed to read.
Exactly, bro. You ain't allowed to do anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So end of the day, that takes time even to build up. And you know what? That's something that black people have not done enough of in the last couple of decades, whichever, yeah, which everyone's trying to fix. But for it to be fixed, bro, there are still many issues to cause that. But you are absolutely right. He's absolutely right in the sense that Asian people run those shops. And bro, you already know, about 6 months ago or a year ago, I even put a message up about that. Do you know what I'm saying? That I'm tired of going into them shops buying black goods.
The stuff from here, my brush for my beard,
bro,
my fucking hair products, all of these things coming from Asia, man. Like, I'd rather buy it from my own, but right now we don't own these, and that's stuff we're going to try and do in the future.
100%. And by the way, that is what actually upsets me the most. Is the same with these brands that we've even been talking about, that's not been speaking out, or they've been copying and pasting messages, bro. Is brands can do whatever they want. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you run your brand that is 99% for the culture and the black people, and they are your target demographics, and they're the ones who have built up your brand in itself, bro, that is what the biggest slap in the face is. Because when stuff like this happens, you should give, not reparations, but you should be giving extra energy to defend. Extra energy. Do you know what I'm saying? But on Tuesday, you give 1 day energy, and then on the next day, you're selling sneakers again. You're selling trainers again to the same people that you've not given any energy to fix when we're at a time of crisis. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're selling to farmers in middle America, fine. That's fine. Then I don't expect you to say anything. Do you know what? I don't expect you to say anything. But when you're a culture brand where 99% of your customers are the ones that are black people that have built it up, where either through buying or through talking about it, yeah, and then when something like this happens, you don't talk about it. How does that make any sense?
And that's why Jordan's a punk, fam. Do you know what I mean? And this question, going back to football, yeah. Remember on the Flex and Rant show when Mark made a point and he said, obviously we don't want it to get to a point where they're just giving black managers jobs because they're black to fill quotas. I agree 100%. Yeah, like he said, Paul Ince ain't a good manager. He's not. Do you know what I'm saying? At the same time, neither is most of these white men that keep getting jobs. And you see, that's the beauty of privilege, yeah, is every question we can ask, let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. Would Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, with his shit CV, be in the running for a Manchester United job, let alone be a Manchester United manager if he wasn't a white man?
100%. No.
Absolutely not. His fucking CV says relegated Cardiff and Mulder. That don't get you a job in the Premier League, let alone at one of the biggest clubs in the world if you're not a white man. This is a fact. And
this is why I remember even talking to Chris Hughton last year. And it was like, bro, he's a manager that I can tell he probably has to put his name out there 10 times harder than a lot of these other men. And he's better than most of these men.
And he still never got the Watford job over Nigel Pearson, and he was meant to get it. And even though Nigel's doing a decent job here, Chris Hughton's a better manager than him.
Bro, when he got sacked from Brighton, I remember Brighton fans and people alike, even outside the club, were just saying, yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. No one's got any context reason why. He's just thought, oh, yeah, he can't take us any further. Why?
Like, look at this. Alan Pardew, yeah, Neil Warnock, just to name a few. That man saying, what, do you think these men don't just get jobs because they're white?
Trust me.
Bro, Steven Gerrard's first job in football, you know? Like, did he even, I don't even know if he done his badges, blood. Like, bro, his first job in football, Rangers, you know? Frank Lampard, first.
Lampard definitely didn't do his badges. Lampard done it whilst he was at Derby still.
Yeah, bro. Lampard, Derby County, first game, and then to Chelsea. Imagine that, bro. You're Chelsea manager in 3 years, bro. Like, bro. And then what was Sol Campbell's first job? Was it Tranmere or something, or Macclesfield? One of them.
Macclesfield. Bro, we can count on two. One hand.
Winner, FA Cup winner, decorated footballer. And look at man's first job compared to them man's first job.
And to add to that, bro, when Sol Campbell comes out and says, I remember a couple of years ago, he came out and said, yeah, I can do it. I can manage at a top level. Bro, people are laughing at him. Why?
Yeah.
Why are people laughing at him? But if someone else said that, what's the problem?
There you go. There you go. I mean, you look at these men, like there's not many black managers anyway, but the joke is, yeah, these men are getting offered shit jobs, bro. And then you wonder why they don't succeed. You think that fucking Lampard would have succeeded at a Macclesfield with that level of players? Of course he wouldn't have. Do you know what I'm saying? The reason why Lampard's a good manager and Jody Morris is a good coach, but they're playing with world-class fucking players, so it helps.
Of course they are.
You know what I mean? Pep Guardiola never had his first job at Macclesfield, or else he wouldn't be the Pep that we know today.
100%.
You need the tools as well to do the job. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking joke, bruv. It's fucking jokes, bruv. When you look at these men, bruv. The reason why,
that's why when we look at, that's why when we look at football and racism, you're like, bro, we can't even solve the problem of managers. Do you know what I'm saying? In the football league, not even in the Premier League. You know, we're not even saying the Premier League. I'm even saying put a couple. Why there's only a couple across the whole football league, which is even League 2, League 1.
Got sacked. So who's left,
bro?
He got sacked after he done well too.
Bro, that Darren Moore thing was a joke. But like I said, all you get is a week full of complaints where people say that shouldn't have happened, and then that's it. Life moves on. Then they get a new man in.
And it's one of the white men that's had 1 million jobs already, and he just on the merry-go-round to get another one. Do you see what I'm saying? But then man talk about racism. Football's not racist, bro. Football's the most racist thing in this country, bro. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're second, third generation black man, there's no advantages. The only reason why black people do well in sport and music here is because we just need to rely on our talent. We do, and even then we're better than a lot of men that make it and we don't. When you're in the academy, if you see an academy at Premier League level, I've been in one. Loads of black men in the academy, and usually the guy that gets through to the first team is one of the white boys. If he's the coach's son or something like that. Everyone else gets released and that. There with them. Do you know what I mean? I kicked ball with Charlie Sheringham. Like, when we were younger, bruv. Dead baller. Dead baller. But his dad said he's Sheringham. He was always going to have a career in football. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, that's just how it is, my guy. That's how it is, my guy. People think football's not racist, bruv. If they can stop you from making it in football, they would. Because I tell you what, look at Ravel Morrison, yeah? Look how many chances Jack Wilshere got. How many chances did Jack Wilshere get? Good
4, 5.
At Arsenal. How many chances did Jack Wilshere get at Arsenal? How many chances did Ravel get at Manchester United? You see what I mean? And then even after Arsenal at West Ham, Jack's still getting bare chances, bro. Bare chances. But as a black man, you only need to have a reputation once and all of a sudden no one will touch you, mate. So that happens. See what I'm saying? So don't go on like it's a level playing field. It's not, bro. That the sport is like the society. It's racist to the core. No black owners, no black managers, and the players are just down there getting shit on by the fans and the media and everything like that. You know what I mean? That's just
it's a sad story. Do you know what I'm saying? Because do you know what I'm saying? Like even like I said, even forgetting executive directors, bro. Just managers, man. Like why are we still having this conversation? It's a joke.
Neville's first job was at Valencia Football Club, you know.
One of the biggest European clubs in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Gary fucking Simple Simon, like 6.5 out of 10 Neville, blood.
Bro, his brother's got nice opportunities as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
England women's team manager, first job.
Exactly.
But man, reckon there's not a race problem in football. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah. Sunday supplement and that. Bare these middle class white bears talking about football. None of them can't kick a plastic bag in anger, mate.
Trust me.
Come on, bruv. The whole country's rotten, guys. It's rotten. Do you know what I'm saying? I know you lot fuck with me anyway. I know you're not racist. That's why you're on my channel, bruv. Because I always speak up and you lot still fucking with me, bruv. So I know that you lot ain't part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? But the country's rotten, guys. Rotten. To the core. You know what I'm saying?
It's a top and down thing. Like I wish I could say it's just the fans. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's all the way through the whole system, from the top to the bottom. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't see anything changing. I ain't seen nothing change. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't see, boy. Like I said, the only way things can change is that they put in some bills. They put in some
like the they have in America.
Bro, they have to just put in rules where you have to have a certain amount of ethnic managers in the football league. Same way you have to have an X amount of women in your company. Do you know what I'm saying? That has to happen. It's the only way you're going to force change. Because otherwise, they're always going to choose their mates.
Yeah.
And you're going to look at the merry-go-round. Oh, let's choose Neil Warnock. Let's choose Adam Palmer. Why
Neil
not?
Warnock stays getting jobs.
Neil Warnock stays getting jobs, and he doesn't do hardly anything with it each time. He don't do nothing with it each time. Oh, let's get Sam Allardyce in. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll do a job.
We can rely on Big Sam. Do you know what I mean? Take us to the ceiling that he always takes us to and fucks it. Do you know what I mean? That, bro, this is the same old shit, bro. It's funny. You know the ones there, bro. Like, big up you, like, smash that like. You got here just killing me, bad joke. And yo, I done an interview with Darren Bent today, bro. I might put that out today. If you're on the Patreon, you'll get it today. If you're not, then tomorrow you'll get the preview. I'll slap up a 10-minute preview like I do. It's over an hour, yeah. Bruv, you man, there's some gold in there, bruv. Man, speak about Gareth Bale, Luka Modric, like Bear Man, Adel Taarabt, spoke about Jordan Henderson because he played with Jordan Henderson. Man spoke about bare different things in football, bruv. Like his top 5 Premier League players, Premier League strikers. Spoke about bare things. He spoke about also when they picked Walcott instead of him for England for the World Cup. Bare different things, blood. I covered bare shit, bruv. You get me? So like we had bare jokes in it. So if you don't want to see the interview, I'm gonna upload that this evening, probably for around 6, and then I've got at 6 o'clock. I've got another interview with another football player. A man's gonna talk about Pochettino, blood, because man played under Poch at Southampton. So You get me? I'm out here working, bruv. So the link is in the description anyway for the Patreon if you don't want to sub here. So don't fucking miss that. Don't miss that. It's gonna be banter. You know what I mean? And obviously I've got Anton and Rio to speak to as well, like bare people. So man have been out here grafting, bruv. You get me? So even during this time where man are annoyed, man are upset, yeah, and this shit cuts deeply, bruv. Man are still out here grinding, bro. But black people are lazy though. Remember that. You know them ones. That's another fucking myth. You know them ones. Everyone says, "Oh, we're bare lazy, bruv." Hey, bruv, you beat us, yeah, made us work for free, blood. But man are lazy out here, fam. It's mad to me, cuz. Hey, you see what I mean? You see what about the myths of society? You see what racism does? It programs you to believe things.
Trust me.
You're lazy because he doesn't run. Zlatan doesn't run. Berbatov didn't run. But Martial's lazy though. He ran more than both of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, so literally, the racism in football comes from up there, bruv, from society. All of these things about Pogba not being lazy and that when he outruns everyone on the pitch every game, factually, it's all lies, bro. It's all propaganda.
It's in deep ingrained in people's heads now. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they hear it every single week. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a control thing, bro. People are just not, they're not, people who are racist or have deep underlying issues like that, they have a problem with control. They have a problem with these black brothers having a certain level of status that is too high. That's what I'm saying. They're happy for you to be coasting and swimming as an average player or an okay player. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, no one had a problem with Luar. Do you know what I'm saying? A good Premiership footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? He was a good Premiership footballer.
Yeah,
but do you know what I'm saying? But when you get to a certain level, all of a sudden, it's almost like,
you just have to be quiet. The reason why they let Sadio Mane, yes, because Mane doesn't speak. He just don't do nothing.
Kante.
Kante. They love Kante because Kante is a nice, subservient black man, innit? Like, he just does what he's told, smiles. Yeah, we like you. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't like black men that speak out, that stand for anything, that have anything to say. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're a threat, bruv. Because you speak. Do you know what I'm saying? They're just like the quiet ones. And that's why, for instance, you look at the Flex and Rant show, yeah? I have like a bigger following than Flex in terms of like the people that fuck with me really fuck with me. Like my fan base is strong, innit? I always get more abuse than he does on every show, bruv, because he sits on the fence a lot and I just fucking have an opinion, bruv. You know them, man? And we're both black men. But the difference is because I'm outspoken, more people don't like me than they don't like him, even though I've got more people that like me. You know them ones? But I've got more people that don't like me than he does.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where I've got more people that fuck with me, but I've got more people that hate me. And then he's got more of the in-between guys that are like, hey, he's a nice lad. Just asking the questions. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is one of the good ones. But that fucking Rants, you know what I mean? Don't like him. Yeah. Do you know? You don't like me because I make you feel uncomfortable, bro. Because I'm opinions, brother. You don't like that. You want me to just be a nice, quiet little black man, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not happening. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Akeem, they love how outspoken he is, but as soon as a black man's got something to say, it's like, hey.
Exactly.
Like, fucking, you know what I mean? He's got an attitude. Roy Keane was talking outside his house and that.
Trust me.
But no one says Roy Keane's got an attitude.
But that's why they don't like the people don't like people who blow back in it. It's the same with what's that brother Liam Gallagher, who's a Man City fan. Bro, he says loads of mad stuff all the time, either about football or outside of football. Do you know what I'm saying? No one says anything about that. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're black, you need to be careful in it. You just need to mute your words. Just go about high-fiving people, smiling like Kante, innit? Then everyone will love you. Simple.
Yeah. That's simple.
It. Kante is a perfect example. Kante and Mane are perfect examples. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's just exactly what it is, bro. And then you look at, like, remember the Andy Cole, yeah? Like, he needs 5 chances to score and that. Bullshit. I used to watch Man United. Cole never needed 5 chances. If Cole got 2, he scored.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what Glenn Middle said about it.
Anyone. And no one says, Mo Salah needs 8 chances to score. Do you know what I'm saying? The fuck out of it. And again, Mo Salah, the only reason why they like Mo Salah is because he don't talk, bruv.
You don't talk, yeah.
If Ozil spoke, if he spoke out like Ozil did, they'll be like, fuck that. All of a sudden, man will be calling him terrorist and them things there.
100%.
They only like Mo Salah because Mo Salah ain't got an opinion on anything.
You know why? Because there's a formula in this world in 2020. There's a formula on how to get everyone to like you, innit? And there's certain things to say and certain things not to say, and there's certain things to stay on the fence about. And that's it. And that's it. If you got a good media PR team behind you, or if you've just mastered the whole media training game, you can coast and make sure no one hates you, regardless of your race. 100% in it. Wow. And there's a lot of footballers that have mastered that. Do you know what I'm saying? Marcus Rashford has mastered that, even at his young age. Do you know what I mean? And he'll go through his whole career being loved. Do you know what I'm saying? But
so funny.
Some players, they don't care, like Pogba.
Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when Ebra picked up the glass when Souness was chatting, bruv? They ain't had him back.
Trust me.
Because they know that bashing Pogba, yeah, is what gets the ratings, man.
Trust me. You can't bash Souness, Neville, or Carragher and come back.
No.
You can't argue against them too much, innit? Them three are the core parts of that show, innit? So
and this is why, for me, the reason why man like, oh, it's not racist. We love Mo Salah, until he starts talking about, if he starts talking about Palestine or something, then you're gonna hate, man.
100%.
You know them there, like, bruv, them man there, they just like, man, if you don't talk, fam, and because I talk too much, that's why man will be like, oh, the awards things, be like, I voted for everyone except for Rants and that. I don't care, bruv.
Oh yeah, you're nominated, yeah.
Yeah, I said anyway, even about I've won it anyway. Like even if I don't win, I've won it, bruv. Like fuck it.
I saw you upset about or you weren't even upset. You're just laughing at the
they call me Flex, bruv. I thought that me and Flex were nominated, but they got me and Flex mixed up. This is what happens when you're black guys. People see two black guys together and just call you the wrong name, and it's all right. Like no one calls fucking Gary Jamie. You know what I mean? You're right, Gary. No, I'm Jamie Carragher. A man called him Gary, Never happened.
Same fucking thing, innit?
Innit? Gary, Jamie, whatever fucking like.
Flex ran same old bloody thing anyway.
It's so funny, The fucker typed Rants into Instagram, went to my page, scrolled past my photos, clicked on my inbox and said, "You right, Flex? You've been nominated for what?" Bruv, you typed Rants in the search bar to get to my page and then called me Flex in my DMs. This is what man are doing. You know, like that. So I was like, can you man not read, fam? And they said, oh, sorry, Rants, you're nominated. So then when I checked it, Flex saying, no, it's just me. Get the fuck out, bro. You know what I mean, bro? I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, let's hope if you win it, don't say Flex. They didn't engrave
if I do win, I'm going to tell them to put Flex's name on there. You know what I'm saying, bro? I don't care, bro. If I don't win, they're getting a speech from me. And if I win, they're getting a speech anyway. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's my trophy anyway, bro. There's no way I don't win that. Do you know what I mean? With all due respect to everyone in the category, there's no way in it. If I don't,
but now they might try and not, because they're worried about you getting snapping or you giving an opinion. Again, because this is the society, innit? People are worried about giving an opinion. This is the reason why even the likes of John Boyega makes jokes about losing his job or may not get another position, is because now if you come out like that, probably the awards are probably thinking, do we want that problem? No, let's just give it to Sally McSally. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not causing no issues.
I can't remember. It's called like the Football Content Awards or something. I'm nominated for Best Channel Content Creator or something. Bruv, I don't know. I'm nominated for one. Mark's nominated for one, and the United Stand are nominated for two. Innit? Like we're gonna win stuff regardless. Even if the United Stand win, I'm happy with that. Even if I don't win my individual one, bro. Because without me, there's no United Stand. Without Flex, there's no United Stand. Without Mark, there's no United Stand. So even if we don't win our individual ones, and we win the group one, I'd rather win the group one. The individual one don't mean nothing to me, if I'm honest. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't mean anything. You know what I mean? We built that channel in less than 2 years. In June, it will be 2 years, the end of June, for me and Fletch, and we built the channel from 150,000 to 700,000 subs in 2 years, bro. That's more important to me. The individual one, I don't want that. Do you know what I mean? I deserve it, yes, but I don't care about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, as I said, even if I don't win, I've won, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because no one else in that category's done what I've done in the last year. Myth. Do you know what I'm saying? So fuck all that. But again, now you're gonna mix me and Flex up, bro. You came to my Instagram to DM me and call me Flex, bro. And that's another thing black people all the time. Oh, have you got like, I'll be like, oh, you look like you got a cousin called Dwayne and that.
Them ones.
Or they'll be like,
or you look like someone. You look like someone who don't look nothing like you.
You look like a black person that looks nothing like you, bro. We should start doing that to white people, you know. Oh, you know who you look like. You know who you look like. Oh, Billy. We need to start doing that, you know. I feel like we need to start doing that because, bro, white people always do it. They be say, you know who you look like. And it's like, bro, what do you mean? Nah. Who do I look like? My mum? My dad? Who? Bro, man say you look like someone that you look nothing alike, bro. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. You know them passive where there's no malice intended, but it's that subconscious, unconscious racism. You know that? Or when one of the white guys shake your hand, they try to spud you and that.
100%.
On the level, all the white guys, yeah, if you ever meet me in public, yeah, shake my hand. Don't try and spud me. I don't know you, bro. I only spud my friends, blood. You know what's there? Like when you go to work or a job interview, yeah, and you see someone, what do? You shake their hand, innit? So if you see me, you shake my hand. Don't try to spud me. But
bro, not even just spudding, bro. They're even worse. You know when you try and do the when they try and do the
and they try to do the thing like nah.
No, bro.
This is amazing, bro. It's amazing. You know, like that.
So that's what I'm saying. But that's the problem, innit? Is that that's even part, bro. That's even part of the bro. If it was another culture, you do a normal handshake like a normal businessman, innit? Or a normal fat person you see on the street. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, because you're black, they're like, oh no, he's not gonna want to do a normal handshake. They don't fight in that. They don't fight and do handshakes. And
in their head, yeah, they're like, oh, we're trying to make him feel more comfortable.
Exactly.
But no, you're making me feel awkward, bruv, because now you've just shown me that you can see that I'm different to you.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So actually, you've shown that them same man that say they don't see color, why are you spudding me then?
Yeah.
Shake my hand in it like you would shake fucking Gary's hand, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a fucking hilarious, bruv. It's amazing, bruv. I could be doing this all day.
Yeah.
You're
right.
Brilliant, my guys. Do you know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is, fuck this, we don't see color. Everyone sees color in it, bruv. It is what it is. But that doesn't mean you should treat anyone any differently, bruv. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Shake everyone's hand, bruv. Don't spud black people, bruv. Like, don't. Shake their hand in it. Like, if we're cool and we're from a similar background, like, if you're working class white and you're from ends like me, you could spud me because I'll know just by the way we speak and interact with each other, we're from the same bits. But if you're white middle class, don't spud me, bruv. You're not from where man's from.
Bro, you know what? This is why, and this is the thing, man. It's like, that is the same reason why everything in culture, in black culture, is cool, innit? So people want to spud because they want to get into that. They want to get into that culture. Or they want to be part of something. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why, bro, I've even been seeing videos on, because obviously we're in the protest period now. We're on what, Wednesday or Thursday? Sorry, like. Protesting happened yesterday and I seen the videos and the pictures from it because I didn't go in it. I don't know if you did, but like, bro, same with the US, bro. There's so many people who are just middle class public school boys or girls that are going for a nice day out because they've been stuck in their flipping yard for the last 3 months. Bro, let's keep it 100, innit? And they're just doing it, holding up some picket sign, standing, playing with their phone, sitting on grass. Do you know what I'm saying? For 5 hours. Then they come home and they tell mum or they tell their boyfriend or girlfriend that they went on a big protest, innit? And a lot of people, that is actually what pisses people off even. If you're gonna act a certain way, live it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a problem with a white or Asian or anyone, yeah, spudding or even talking and coming across like a black brother does, even if you are from that culture and you're from that. You know what I mean? But don't try and force it. If you're not from that, don't try and act like you are. That's it. It just looks stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? It annoys people even more. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because if you came across, a white guy that was from the exact same upbringing as me, as a white man, you wouldn't spud him. So the fact is, you're doing it because I'm black. There's no other reason. But then, man, I don't see color, man. Like, do you know what I'm saying? My best friend's black. No, he's not, bro. Like, the guy just sit next to you at work is black. He's not your best friend, bro. You know, like that. It's one of them ones. So when the man try and spud you, you just give that and just put your hand over the top. Like, when the man try to spud me, I'm like, yeah, safe. Like,
that whole my best friend's black, or I got friends that are black, even that don't even mean nothing, because all that just means that you've got someone who that person could have adopted himself as a white man. Do you know what I mean? Because he's been around so many white people for so long. So just because you say that the person's black, bro, that doesn't necessarily mean you've been around a lot of black people that think
it's culture, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's a culture thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But so those things are not going to change, innit? Unfortunately,
they're not. You know what I mean? But we can be sensible and don't be an asshole, people. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone here, obviously, I know you fuck with me and I fuck with you, innit? I'm not speaking specifically to you, but you might have friends that you might need to regulate. You know them ones. There also a lot of the white people that are reposting all this Black Lives Matter shit. That's cool, but when your grandma's being racist at Christmas dinner, make sure you tell her to shut the fuck up. You know them ones, because if you don't, you're still part of the problem.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah, it's not about when you're sharing stuff in social media. It's about what you do when you're around your family, yeah? Maybe even your parents, if they say something racist, you might need to pull them up, bruv. That's you doing your job. You don't need to be marching and shit like that, but just within the community you're in, like, affect what you can affect around you.
Yeah.
You get me? But no, we got, and that was good today, bruv. Like, the engagement's been high as well, bruv. And it's a topic that we don't want to talk about all the time, but still the engagement's been very high all the way through. So big up you guys. Like, we appreciate you. Obviously, where is it? Let me get your Akeem's ats down the bottom on all the socials. You know what I mean? Make sure you add that up, guys.
Yeah, man.
The interview with Darren Ben, I'm gonna put that out today. What's the time now? I'm gonna put that out in the next hour. Okay, so if you're subscribed to the Patreon, it will be out within the next hour for you guys. If not, then I'll put the first 10 minutes a preview on my YouTube tomorrow, guys. So look out for that. Make sure you follow up with Akeem, bro. You got anything else you want to plug on here, my guy?
Nah, man. Just follow me on all of that. Like you said, keep supporting the brother Rants and everything that's going on in the next couple of days, weeks. Is a marathon. All of this stuff is a marathon. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything we've been speaking about, I know we've been bantering, but the reality is, it's a serious
topic, but we have to make it lighthearted.
Lighthearted, do you know what I'm saying? And we've got to realize that we're living through this and taking this into a long-term thing for years. Do you know what I'm saying? And everyone who's supporting, everyone that's on the right side of that, respect. Do you know what I mean? And tell a friend to tell a friend and get that message out now, because that's the only way things are going to change. So yeah, big up everyone.